I can help play these guys. Got my shot. Got this. If I get thrown, I prepare for this. This at one time. Breathe.
You never know when your time is going to come. To rise above the rest. To seize the opportunity. To be crowned a champion. Is it time for your story to be told? The World Poker Tour.
Records are being broken and millions are going to be won. Tonight, we are on the Las Vegas Strip at Bellagio for the 5-Diamond World Poker Classic. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the WPT. I'm Lynn Gilmartin. Back in 2002, the first ever televised World Poker Tour event took place right here. Since then, Bellagio has continued to welcome the best in poker, playing for some of the game's biggest prize money. This week, that legacy continued as hundreds of players stepped up and paid the $10,000 entry, all hoping to pocket a 7-figure payday.
Excited to be here. There's something about this tournament in particular that everybody on the tour really enjoys.
Now this guy's going nowhere fast, but he's going to try really hard to get there.
I'd say it's probably the most prestigious WPT. Every year it gets bigger. You just kind of think of the Bellagio when you think of poker.
It looks like it has a hell of a turnout and a lot of players, including some people I hadn't gotten to see in a while, so it's fun to be here.
Action was in full swing at Bellagio, and the field continued to grow, including familiar faces from the early days of the WPT. Along with the first 5-Diamond champion, the legendary Gus Hansen.
I think they call it the greatest bluff of all time. I'm going to let you have it.
With cards flying and chips changing hands, there was no denying the excitement at this tournament.
Still hanging in there. Very exciting.
There's a great energy in the room because this is a record-setting event, and everybody in here knows it's a record-setting event. There's a buzz here. There's an energy here. It's pretty exciting.
And Phil was right. The numbers for this tournament are staggering.
This was a record-breaking turnout for this year with 812 entries, the highest ever for a 10K on the WPT. The overall prize pool is $7.8 million. There are a total of 81 players getting paid. First place getting $1.9 million, and over $1.1 million going to second.
As the hours and days wore on, that excitement turned to disappointment as many favorites fell by the wayside. And it was season 15 Hublot WPT Player of the Year Benjamin Zamani who would beat the odds and lose on the money bubble when his ace king was outflopped by king queen. With the remaining players in the money, the race was on to make the WPT final table. Last season's runner-up, Ryan Tosick, was playing well, giving him a real chance of making it back to the final table for another opportunity to win this title. And an unusual luck of the draw seated low-key, high-stakes pro Ralph Perry next to his high-energy son, Sean, who turned 21 on day one of this tournament.
Listen, I had to impress my father right here. First time we're able to play together. I had to impress him.
With the action clock ticking, play heated up.
This is torture. Maybe I don't like tournaments anymore. I don't know.
And players began to fall, including WPT Champions Club members and old-school favorites, leaving a field of mostly young guns to fight for the big money.
Yeah. The deeper we go, the more the pressure is going to work, the higher the pay jumps are. And I play to win.
With 8 players left, Bellagio regular Lauren Roberts moved all in. and was called Ryan Tosick and electrical engineer turned poker pro AJ Chabra. Lauren held the best hand pre-flop, but it was AJ's 8-7 would make a boat and send Lauren sailing to the rail.
Nice hand.
Big leg.
I had some good dealers and some great cards, and I think I didn't play like a donkey in these situations, so I was very happy.
With one more elimination to go before the WPT final table, Daniel Zak in the small blind shoved holding ace-queen. 26-year-old pro Alex Foxen folded in the big blind. And WPT champ Mike Del Vecchio called the all-in with a suited ace-king. The board paired Mike's king on the flop. A jack on the turn gave Daniel 4 outs to a straight, but a 5 on the river sealed the deal, sending the pot to Mike and Daniel home in 7th place.
Congratulations on making the TV table.
The final table was set with only one guarantee. 2 of the final 6 players will walk away with a 7-figure payday. So many great stories coming out of this final table, and here to give us their insight, Vince Van Patten and Tony Dunst.
Well, Lynn, this is a great one. But the big story is about Sean Perry, who is only 21 years old. He is the chip leader. He's from Las Vegas. We'll call him the Las Vegas Kid. But what's interesting, Tony, is he is 3rd generation of poker professional. His father, Ralph, a top player out here, and his grandmother used to play in the 70s here all the time. So he is ready to win this thing. But in 2nd chip position is Ryan Tosick. Now, he came in 2nd last year. He's a great player. So the top 2, very, very tough to beat.
Absolutely, Vince. But you know what? The man in 3rd position is Mike Del Vecchio, and he's the only WPT champion at this final table tonight. He won last season at Thunder Valley outside Sacramento, so he's got one big 6-figure score to his name, but he's looking for his first 7-figure score here tonight at Bellagio. Meanwhile, our short stack tonight is Alex Foxen, and although he doesn't have as much as his opponents, he's got just as much experience, if not more. This is a guy who plays all the time. He cashed 13 times at the World Series of Poker this summer and made 2 final tables, so don't count him out by any means.
All right, thanks, guys. Now, just a few moments ago, WPT Executive Tour Director Matt Savage caught up with Sean Perry.
How lucky were you to get to this point tonight?
Extremely lucky, man, but I feel I'm destined to be here.
How confident are you?
I would say very, very confident.
Is there any way you lose tonight?
No way. I mean, I have to get pretty unlucky to lose, but I've been saying for 6 months I'm going to win this tournament, and here I am, chip leader at final table. I say I have a pretty good shot to win.
All right, well, good luck then.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right.
Tonight's champion will win nearly $2 million, a coveted spot on the WPT Champions Cup. Plus, they will also take home the handsome Hublot Big Bang Steel watch and a $5,000 Jet Smarter membership. An amazing take for winning this record-breaking competition.
All right, thanks, Lynn. Well, out in front, Sean Perry at $7.6 million, being chased by Ryan and Mike Del Vecchio. AJ around $3 million, Richard right behind him, and our short stack, Alex Foxen, just below $1 million.
The antes are 5,000, the blinds are 20 and 40.
I wish everyone luck, okay? Good luck, everyone.
Good luck, buddy.
Good luck, guys.
It is on the chip leader to act first, Sean Perry. He looks down at a 10-4 of diamonds.
Sean said, coming into this tournament, that he was going to win it for 6 months to anybody who would listen. Now he's the chip leader at the final table. Opportunity of a lifetime.
All right, he's raised with 10-4. Bunch of folds behind him. And now it's on Mike Del Vecchio. We'll make this call. Mike is in 3rd chip position at this point. A New Yorker. Let's see what happens. And the flop's at 8-7-3. So Mike out flopping Sean Perry.
Interesting flop for these 2 hands. Flush draw with an overcard for Sean. 2nd pair for Mike. I'm sure that Mike knows Sean is raising a lot of hands at this stage. I'm not sure he realizes he's raising 10-4 suited kind of hands.
Sean is going to continue to bet, and he's going to get called by Del Vecchio with the 7s. Going to the turn to 8, pairs the board.
That might slow things down. Not a great card for Sean to be barreling. Yep, he's going to check behind.
Check, 4 on the river.
Okay, so Sean makes a pair. And Mike going to make a nice value bet that might get paid off. I mean, there's a lot that missed here. Flush draws missed, straight draws missed. Sean might talk himself into a call.
DeVecchio would like to get the action, but doesn't. Sean Perry, nice laydown.
Okay, nice fold from Sean there.
DeVecchio is from Stony Brook, New York.
Must be nice to win the first hand, right?
I thought you were going to try a lot harder.
That's the old me. Now that you guys knew I fire up bluffs, I'm not bluffing anymore, right?
All right, let's talk about our wage we have for the season. Right now, tonight, I'm a little behind you, so I get the pick. And I'm going to take the two experienced players at the table, two tough players, Ryan and Mike.
Well, that's cool with me, Vince. I end up getting more chips, and I got the short stack special in Alex Foxen.
Very exciting for you. All right, let's get back to the table. Alex is a poker pro out of Huntington, New York. He's 26 years old, 10 WPT cashes. He's got to quickly fold that, though.
First time I played with Alex, I said, were you a linebacker or a tight end?
Okay.
Linebacker.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was.
80.
Sean Perry, the chip leader, has picked up a pair of fives, making it 80 to go. And we got a few folds. And now, Richard Kirsch getting into action here. Richard has a Jack-7.
Well, if Richard looks a little familiar, that's because 10 years ago, he made a WPT final table at the Mirage, where he was up against Phil Ivey and Jonathan Little. Richard is ahead, but Sean likes his pair of fives, so he's going to bet out for 105. Richard check raises him here.
Back into the 21-year-old. But Sean's not going anywhere. Makes his call.
It's a very nice check raise from Richard. Senses that he's ahead, wants to maximize his value.
Turn a king helps neither player.
Pretty safe card for Richard. I'm not sure if he can get more value by betting or checking, but he is elected to check, and I think against someone as aggressive as Sean, I like his choice.
Wow, Sean's going to come out with a bet. $525,000.
At this stage, I can't tell if Sean thinks he's value betting or bluffing or protecting his hand. I'm not really sure, so we'll find out on the river. But Richard is called.
River card is a nothing. 3.
Very inconsequential. So if you're Richard and you think that Sean was drawing, your hand is good.
All in.
Wow. Whoa. Okay, now I'm confident Sean is bluffing. I'll say it like this, Vince. If you check raise the flop and end up folding on this run out, you're doing it wrong. You either check call so you can call down against someone really aggressive, or you check raise so you don't fold on this texture. Oh, no.
No, he's got to release that hand.
That's a tough spot. You can avoid by just check calling the flop. If you're uncomfortable playing such a big pot there, that was unfortunate.
Rich, you called me on every freaking pot I bet against you. When you fold?
Well, I'll find out in 20 minutes if it was a good fold.
You had a sick feeling or something?
Oh, man. I'm going to enjoy watching Sean Perry tonight.
I thought you were for sure calling, man.
Mike Delvecchio.
I would think that I'm very confident in my game, but there's a level of humility that is required.
Sean Perry.
I guess I could come off a little cocky by making statements such as, there's no way I don't win this tournament. I mean, I'm still here, final 6, chip leading. I have a pretty good shot to win it.
Ryan Tossett.
I think my chances going into this final table is way better than my chances have ever been to win the WPT.
AJ Chabra.
I'm definitely a little anxious. I'm excited though. The top prize is close to $2 million, so this is playing for a lot.
Richard Kirsch.
I am the old dude sitting at the table right now, and it's definitely a strange feeling. I don't feel like the old guy.
Alex Foxen.
I know that I'm going to need to have some fortune because there are a lot of big stacks and a lot of good players. This is definitely a special one.
Oh, you're so right, Alex. Great players at this final table. And right now, Sean Perry, 21 years old, out in front with $8.4 million in chips.
Trying to complete calling a shot in one tournament. One shot, one kill. That would be incredible. But 5 very talented players stand between him and victory.
Yeah, quick fold by Richard Kirsch. And now Alex Foxen wakes up with a king-queen offsuit.
Alex pumping it up to 90,000 here. Mike Delvecchio right behind him with ace-10 has one of those hands. A lot of professionals prefer to 3-bet in these situations rather than call.
I read online on
It's a little too good to fold, but not quite good enough post-flop to just call, so you see him use it as a bluff, and 3-bet Alex.
Yep, Sean Perry has to go out. Brian Tosick also not playing. A.J. Chabra from Long Island originally goes out as well. So back around to Foxen. All in. He's going to go over the top all in. He's going to make Delvecchio fold with that.
Alex gets away with one there. Comes out clean.
It's going to be one of those kind of games.
Next time I play with Alex, I will not be folding to his 4-bets.
You have the short stack bully over there. Don't give this man chips.
It's too late, man.
I just knew it, man.
Yeah, good fold.
But if I was going to raise, I was going to jam over you because I'm only going to have it when I raise against you.
Too bad you didn't raise then.
Why? Oh, you had it?
I'd have more chips now, probably.
Aces plus, man. That's what I'm raising.
Everyone pretending to have much better hands than they actually did. But this time, Sean has a real one. Ace-queen, first to act.
The chip leader makes it 80,000 to go. Tosick out. Chabra with a 9-5. Dolly Parton goes away. Richard Kirsch won't play. Foxen takes a breather, and now Mike Delvecchio will make a call with a king-jack. And by the way, doesn't Delvecchio look a little like the guy from FaceTime, Mark Zuckerberg?
Facebook?
Facelift.
He does. He looks so much like him
Zuckerberg,
that he tweets
come on.
about how much people say you look like Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, wow. All right, we have gone to the turn here. Nothing happening for either player.
Now, check. And a 9 on the river will put a 4 straight out there. So I suspect that Mike knows Sean has a lot of ace-high combinations here. And I'm curious whether he'll bluff with his king-high. Looks like he's going to go for it. 4 to a straight out there. Going to be a tough call with ace-high for Sean.
Got to bet 120, small pot. Will Sean make the good call? No, he's going to let that one go. So Mike Delvecchio winning that pot.
The rich get richer.
You know, he's an amateur power lifter.
You wouldn't guess from, the black getup and everything, but there is a built man under all of that.
Yeah, I like playing my big blind. It's like I'm last to act.
You get to play so often, too.
He gets to play so often wherever he is, though.
Man, I'm getting big hands, dude. I'm getting big hands. Just getting bad flops there. Not the flop I want to see.
Or the turn or the river.
Yeah,
Sean Perry, a lot of chit-chat.
Sean Perry is the youngest man at the table, but comes from the old school thought on talking at the table.
A fold, and now AJ from Long Island, now living in Hoboken, Jersey.
90,000.
He's going to make it 90,000 with a king-queen.
Ooh, but he has run into the ace-queen suited of Alex Foxen.
Foxen used to work as a financial planner for 3 months after graduating college. Gave it up to play poker. Got in this tournament through a $1,000 satellite.
Oh, man. You get in for $1,000, even a min cash feels good, let alone almost $2 million.
Well, he's raised with the ace-queen, making it 260 to go. Couple folds going back on AJ.
We saw Alex Foxen shove in a similar situation here. AJ decides to make the call out of position with the king-queen, and we see a ace-king-6 flop. Great flop for Alex. Pretty bad flop for AJ here. He's going to get sucked in for at least 1 bet.
He bets the aces. AJ, 29 years old, poker pro for 5 years, making this call. Hoping to get lucky on the turn. No, jack of spades. He's going to check again.
Another nice card for Alex. He picks up the ace-high flush draw. And at this point, I'm sure that Alex is considering, well, if I bet this turn, I'm going to have to call if he goes all in. And I don't know if he'll call 1 more barrel with just a king. So, wow. So Alex decides to check, which I'm sure if they were deeper, he would not do. But because of his stack size, he elects to check here.
Save 4 diamonds for Alex on the river. AJ checking again. Could it be? Value time.
It's definitely value time. And it's really just a question of how much value does Alex think he can get from AJ.
Yeah, how much can you milk the Holstein?
I'm surprised to see him thinking this long.
$4.95. And now he's finally bet.
I wonder if he used the time extension in order to create the image that he was uncertain.
Yes.
He had to know he was
Got it, Tony. Reverse psychology.
This is a tough spot for AJ. I really don't know what he's going to do here. People don't go bet, check, bet as a bluff that often.
Oh, well, he's going to take more time. It's AJ's first WPT cash. Can he figure this puzzle out? Oh, boy.
Ouch.
He's going to call it. Foxen turning over the winner.
That's good.
Taking that pot down.
I think if Alex bets the turn, AJ gets away, but that check behind got him an extra $500,000.
Foxen looking good at this final table as 6 players remain. We're coming back for more here on the World Poker Tour.
Bellagio is a great atmosphere. There's a lot of new school hotels out there, and then there's super old hotels out there. But this casino hotel just has like the best of both.
It's exactly what you'd imagine to be in an Ocean's 11 movie or something like that. It's a cool place to be.
Bellagio, it's just the place to be for poker. There's the most action here, the biggest games.
Bellagio is like the poker capital of the world. People coming to Vegas to play poker, they go to Bellagio.
Bellagio, absolutely beautiful. And we have 6 players going after a big title here tonight. Sean Perry out in front with $8.1 million in chips.
Everyone chasing that nearly $2 million top prize. But 2 guys going home with 7 figures tonight. What a prize pool.
And the blinds are going up to 25 and 50, Tony. Chopper and Kirsch going out. Alex Foxen with an ace-7. Picking up solid cards all night long.
Alex had a great start to this final table. Going up to 115 here on the cutoff. Mike with deuces on the button will make this call. And now Sean Perry in the small blind looks down at ace-9. You know, he hasn't shied away yet. And he's not about to start. He's 3-betting up to $425,000.
Toss it going out. Foxen can't play into Del Vecchio with a little pair of deuces. And he can't play. So Sean Perry with the power move, and the crowd loves it.
And Mike needs a little better pair to make the call there, or he needs Sean to be a little deeper, but I like the fold.
They all knew. That's why they folded, man. I guess I'm probably could be a fan favorite. Loud, young, like to talk.
Growing up in Vegas for me has been insane. My father is Ralph Perry. He's a high-stakes cash game player. He also has some success in tournaments. My father and I definitely have different personalities.
First time we're able to play together. I had to impress him.
He's more of a quiet guy, doesn't express much emotion, just sits and plays cards. While me, I'm very out there, kind of aggressive.
Big pause, what I love, man.
Needle people.
You're all over the place, man. Don't worry, you're gonna get my chips back anyways. I somehow finally beat you in one pot.
All I've been waiting for is to turn 21, and I found out this tournament is on my 21st birthday.
Go!
I knew there was no doubt in my mind that I'm winning this tournament. And I've been telling everyone, no matter where I go, I'll see you in Vegas for the 5-diamond. I'll be at the final table if you want. We could play heads up, but I'm winning the tournament.
What confidence. Tell you one thing, I guarantee you, if you grew up in Vegas, you know about all the best buffets in town.
Really? Okay, so when you first came to Vegas, what did a buffet cost?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, you're right. They were like 99 cents back then.
Right, so you paid them with a silver dollar.
Yeah. But the buffet here at Bellagio is amazing. And people wait for an hour for that wonderful food. It's worth it.
It is. It is very good. Meanwhile, Richard Kirsch here, opening 7-5 suited first to act. Going to get himself in some trouble against the Queen-Jack suited of Alex Foxen right behind him.
And Alex will just call it.
Another couple diamonds just folded.
Vegas kid Sean Perry with a 5-3 of clubs.
You know Sean loves to play hands when he agonizes over folding 5 high. And AJ in the big blind. King 8 is gonna come along.
Three-way action. Here we go. And the flop is an ace, deuce, 10, 2 diamonds. That's a 4 flush for Foxen and Kirsch.
Action flop here. So Kirsch gonna fire out for 225. Alex will call. And AJ goes out.
Man, this could get very ugly if a diamond appears. Let's see if it does. Nope. 6 on the turn. It's a spade.
Like to see Richard fire a second barrel here. You obviously can't win at showdown with 7 high. Your opponent can have some 10s or backdoor draws that will be forced to fold, but it's going to check instead. And Alex bets 335. So he's going to end up paying to see the river, but not give himself a chance to win without showdown.
He's got to hope a diamond doesn't show up because Foxen could destroy him. No, it's an ace pairing the board.
And that card might actually shut Alex down because he's so worried that his opponent either has an ace or a pair that's just not going to fold. Going to check it.
You win.
I doubt it.
You do.
I have queen high.
It's good. I have diamonds also. Wow.
That's never a good feeling. Opponent's like, oh, queen high. And you're like, yeah, it's good.
Running good, no diamond came.
That's
Running
correct.
good.
That's right.
You're getting a little of my 21-year-old run good in you.
Sean wasn't even in the hand, and he's needling him.
How much you have now, Alex, roughly?
That's a good question. I'll tell you in a second.
He's like 3.3 or something.
A little bit more.
Everything happening nice for Alex Foxen.
Yeah, early run-up. He came into this final table under $1 million in chips. Now hanging around 3.5. He's 4th on our leaderboard.
It's a good start.
There you go.
He gets the fold here. DeVecchi also going out.
Yeah, then quadruple and double, yeah.
And Sean Perry, he's got to be enjoying this. Out of high school, just a few years back. Chip leader, money, family in the audience, on TV. What a moment.
Oh, sorry.
The character. He's 7-3 at diamonds. He's going to raise it to 100.
Now over to AJ with 6s in the small blind. It's a pretty good spot for him. An aggressive player raising. Caller on the button.
And he is going to go to 350. Try to push these guys around.
Yeah, I like this raise from AJ. He's in the small blind. He's got a pair that plays very awkwardly in these multi-way pots. He's pretty short stacked, so he just kind of went for it there, takes it down.
It's been said that poker at Bellagio is the best. Up next, we'll find out what Phil Hellmuth thinks as he unleashes his take in The Raw Deal. If you're enjoying tonight's coverage of the 5-Diamond World Poker Classic here at Bellagio. Now it's time to find out if Phil Hellmuth likes what he's seen in this edition of The Raw Deal.
How confident are you? I would say very, very confident.
Is there any way you lose tonight?
No way.
Sean Perry, to be 21 years old and full of confidence. I respect the fact that he told everyone for months.
I've been saying for 6 months I'm going to win this tournament.
I did the same thing in the 1989 World Series of Poker. In fact, for a whole year, I told everyone that would listen that I was going to win it, and I did. But I was 24 years old and had already won a poker major and made a bunch of other final tables, making me a seasoned veteran. Or so I thought. But unlike me, who had to hone my skills and take some punches, Sean is starting out with a big advantage, his family. He comes from great poker stock. I have known his father, Ralph Perry, for well over 20 years. Ralph has made over $10 million playing poker and has consistently played in the biggest games in the world. Ralph is a great player.
I feel I'm destined to be here.
Young Sean showed his inexperience right out of the gate on the very first hand when he began playing fast with his chip lead. Folks, when you're 6-handed, playing a super tight strategy is 100% correct. Don't come in firing with the 10-4 suited.
Must be nice to win the first hand, right?
I thought you were going to try a lot harder.
Sean lived by the sword last night, raising and bluffing like a madman. But will he die by the sword today?
Not the flop I want to see.
Or the turn of the river.
Yeah, not great.
Easy to bluff everyone the night before when they're all folding their way to the final table. But no one likes to be bluffed on global television. Today, his opponents are playing to win.
I'm not bluffing anymore.
Good points by Phil Hellmuth there.
Sean feeling himself early, reminiscent of that Phil Hellmuthian confidence from the '89 World Series. And moments after being criticized for playing too many hands, Sean raises 8-5 offsuit first to act. Weren't you listening?
AJ picks up kings.
Well, maybe he'll listen to AJ Chabra.
Oh, it's punishing time.
Ryan made a call after Sean raised. Now action with AJ. How much does he want to make it? $450,000.
Richard and Alex going out. Mike with 4s going out. And now the bluffer himself, Sean Perry. Should have listened to Uncle Phil. He goes away. Ryan Tosick with a chance of calling here.
Yeah, it's got to be tempting. You've got a pretty playable hand, but you're out of position and your opponent's quite short, so you're not really getting very good implied odds. I like that fold by Ryan. Good discipline.
AJ taking down a pot.
Man, it's like you just got a double up when freaking no one even called you.
How's that a double up? Not even close to a double up.
I mean, you're close, man, like a fourth of the way from those last 2 pots.
Oh, I lost the 100K too.
Well, I don't include that one.
Well, I do.
You have me scared over here.
I'm sure that's true.
You believe it?
I don't think you're scared.
You don't think I'm scared? Why?
Too cocky.
Too cocky? I haven't done anything to be cocky, man.
Yeah, you need some self-awareness to be scared, usually, you know?
That's true. Of, like, how great you guys are.
I said self-awareness.
Yeah. Well, I need to be self-aware that you guys are great players, right? Not to playing pots with you guys. Think about it. For sure.
Why did I even show up to work today? These guys could do the talking.
All right, here we go. Now a raise by Mike Delvecchio with the 7s. Sean going out, and Ryan and AJ folding as well. And Richard is going to make the call with a Jack 4.
And Richard is very short here, so just looking to flop a piece and then get the money in.
Flop is a queen. 7, deuce, 3 of a kind for Delvecchio. Richard catching none of that checks. They go check, check.
I like that check by Mike.
Let the man try to catch up. 6 on the turn.
250?
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Yeah, see, if your opponent raises and then checks back on a really dry flop like Queen 7 Deuce Rainbow, he almost always has showdown value, so I am not a fan of this bluff by Richard.
Delvecchio going to okie dokie him with a call. Discouraging if you're Richard. 10, so Richard catching nothing. Well, he finally gets the message. He's going to check, and then Vecchio.
All in.
With the all-in, but it's irrelevant. Richard had no interest in lasting anymore. Delvecchio going to take down a nice one.
Richard Kirsch has had a terrible beginning to this final table. Came in right in the middle of the pack. He is now clearly our short stack. Just going to have to play push-fold until something happens.
And don't forget, 10 years ago, he was at the Mirage at a final table. Took him 10 years to get back here at a final table, but he's just not getting the cards right now. He's got to be frustrated.
Yeah, not a great start for Rich, but hey, if things go wrong, you're only 10 years away from another FT.
Raise.
Sean with another nothing hand, raising it up.
Sean can't get enough. He's just insatiable for playing hands right now.
All in. But Richard with the aces, the weapons of mass destruction.
How much?
495.
I think Sean might be priced in here.
He's getting pretty good odds with a pretty bad hand, so it's going to be close.
Oh, God, how bad did you open? Oh,
that bad.
Rich is going to take it without seeing any cards.
Man, how can I be losing pots and playing good?
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't really make sense. When I win pots, they could say I'm playing good.
You know, you can play Club WPT from the comfort of your home or on the beach. And when you're Club WPT VIP member Michael Evans from Hawaii, your home is the beach.
My name's Michael Evans. I go by the Club WPT name Kama Kai. Kama means resident and Kai means ocean. So I am a denizen of the deep. I am a Hawaiian shark on ClubWPT.com. I'm from Kona, Hawaii, on the Big Island. It's an awesome paradise. And hanging out, playing Club WPT, and then taking a break and going paddleboarding on the water. Eat a few coconuts or mangoes, and then go back and play some more hands. Live poker is unavailable in Hawaii, so Club WPT was my essential resource for improving as a poker player and learning about poker. I've learned everything with them, going from a novice player to playing with the top professional players at a major event. I was playing Taylor Parr, Michael Wren, and Ben Keyline. And after 3 days of continuous poker, you need something to do. And driving a NASCAR at 150 miles an hour will take your mind off of the tournament. Yeah, I couldn't be happier. Every moment of this experience has been magical. And if you want to live the poker dream, Club WPT is the place to start.
Michael won't be trading Paradise for poker just yet, but by playing on Club WPT, we hope to see him at another event soon. Sign up for ClubWPT.com today for a chance to win your way into a live WPT event.
There's a short break in the action, so let's take a look at the Hublot WPT Player of the Year standings. Two-time WPT champion Art Papazian is sitting out on a sizable lead, but this is the part of the season when things start getting interesting. Tonight's champion will earn 1,400 points, vaulting them to second on the leaderboard. And with many big point tournaments on the horizon, we will have to see if anyone emerges to give Art a sweat. We'll keep you current on the standings as the season progresses. But now, let's get back to the game here at Bellagio.
Sean Perry, Las Vegas Kid, out in front with $7.8 million in chips.
Richard Kirsch, still our short stack, hanging around 14 blinds at this stage.
Did you expect to have such a good first level like this?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
When does it stop?
Doesn't.
No, every roller coaster goes down, man. Can't just go straight up. Well, I went down at one point. I wasn't always like had a lot of chips. Yeah. And I came back. So now, see, I already went down.
Richard Cole.
You went down too, though. You had chips, and
I've been roller coastering for sure.
So we're on the same page there.
All right, a bunch of folds. Around to Sean.
He's got a real hand this time.
And nice king queen.
Race.
Well, he'll raise it to 100,000. Ryan goes out. AJ with ace-4 will look at a flop and try to beat out the chip leader. Flop is a queen jack 5.
Nice flop for Sean here. Fires out another 100,000. AJ might even get sticky with ace high. He knows Sean is raising tons of hands and that it could be good, but not having a spade's frustrating for him. And he's just going to lay it down here.
Sean looking good, winning another pot. And there in the audience, his family and friends and his dog Bella.
Story goes that he adopted or saved Bella from Canada, took her down to Florida, and never lost a cash session since.
That's a lucky dog. I love it. I love it. I don't think you can have it on your lap, though, when you're at the table.
He did earlier in the tournament,
He
but
did?
hey.
Penalty.
I don't run the rules here. Mike is out. Now with Sean.
Sean, another decent ace-10.
I've seen some dogs in purses at the table over the year.
Mike Sexton used to have that.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh. I wanted to meet Mike's dog.
All right. Raised by Sean. Tosick with a little pair of deuces will make this call.
Richard coming along in the big blind with 4-3 offsuit on the short stack.
Why not?
Getting frustrated or something.
Maybe he'll get lucky here. No. King 7-6.
I mean, this is just it. You flop a piece and you still can't really continue. Sean going to fire out ace-10. That's a pretty nice flop for him. He's got the ace of clubs. It's a texture his opponents are going to fold on a lot. And there you see, both of them lay it down. Sean going to drag that pot. Things going smoothly here.
I got fans too, man.
There's Bella, Sean's dog.
Best fan.
Sean Perry out in front.
Things going smoothly for our chip leader, Sean Perry, in the early goings of this final table. He's been mixing it up a lot pre-flop. And overall, hasn't lost any crucial pots.
Only 21 years old.
Action going to start with Mike Delvecchio here.
Folds, and now Sean Perry, our chip leader, the Las Vegas Kid, with a seductive little 4-5 of clubs.
Raise.
Of course you do. Makes the min raise. Ryan Tosick and AJ both fold, and Richard Kirsch with a nice 9-10 of diamonds.
And Richard is really short facing a player that raises a ton pre-flop, so I'd love to see him just rip it in here, but instead just makes the call.
Rich, you have two 100Ks?
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Foxen makes the call with 8-5 of diamonds in the big blind. Herein lies the problem with calling. Richard has some nice backdoor equity here, but he can't reasonably call another bet when he's this short. And so he's going to end up folding what's actually the best hand to Sean Perry's 5-high.
Well, they're both going to go out. So Sean Perry with 5-high taking down another one. The crowd and the bell of the dog going crazy. A great seat for Bella, huh? Action goes to him, and he looks down at a pair of queens. Oh, everything going right for this 21-year-old.
Perfect image to get action.
Raise.
He's raised it.
$100,000 from Sean, Ryan.
A few folds, and now it's on Foxen, who has A7. He elects to also fold.
And Mike here with 8-2 suited in the big blind. He's going to 3-bet to 400,000. He's going to turn this hand into a bluff. Recognizes that Sean is raising a ton and can't always have it, but he does this time.
Bad timing. Clock going down to 6 seconds. Sean going up to 1.1 million, and Delvecchio is foiled with that and has to be kicking himself. Why did I have to try to push this young guy around?
You give my under-the-gun raise no respect?
I had a hand that I wanted to 3-bet.
And I had a hand I like to 4-bet.
All right, everything going good for Sean Perry, looking good, and that's what the winner's going to get tonight.
Not to mention a 15K seat to our season-ending Tournament of Champions.
Beautiful U-Boat watch, among many other great perks. All right, back to the table. Everyone folding.
No.
And now Foxen with Jack-10. Appears he likes it. He has the button, and he will move it to 125. Delvecchio, though, with the King-Jack of spades, calling.
I like that Mike just called here. You have a hand that you don't want to get blown out of pre-flop, and you create the possibility that Sean comes along with something silly. Instead, he has King-Queen.
Well, he's re-raised again. Alex, his Jack-10 shrinking up, goes out.
And were there not such a short stack and Richard Kirsch on this table, I think that Mike would make this call, but instead he's going to fold and make sure he does not risk busting out to the one bigger stack.
Wow, the Vegas kid, nothing can go wrong for him tonight. He is dominating.
That marks the end of tonight's coverage from Bellagio. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the WPT.